great. Yeah. Well,
Akshay,
yeah.
let's just. I like you better with the short beard. I'm just gonna say,
Oh.
I do. I like you
Man.
better with the short beard.
Fair
Just
enough.
to throw that out there.
My general manager thinks the same. He tells me every
Thank
day.
you, Hemant.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, Chef, before we're going to be talking about what you're serving, Hemant, can we just give a round of applause to Hemant, please? Hemant, please come up here. As we said, Hemant is not only the, what is your title, Director of Operations? I don't even know, I forgot.
I just colleague of ours.
Yes, he's the man. Wait, we're drinking a lot today. Just pay attention to me right here. So we have the lovely Hemant here is going to be talking about this cocktail, and then we're going to follow by Chris Timmons, who is the representative and brand ambassador for Rockey's Liqueur. So can you tell us, everybody, tell us the cocktail that you made this evening for us?
Should I make it the same time?
You absolutely should make it right now.
All right. So thanks Sal and the entire team of Degustibus. This is the second time we are doing this, and I welcome you all for this wonderful judge bar dining experience. And
It was so much
cocktail
better
tonight-
when we did it during the
It
pandemic,
was
wasn't
fantastic,
it?
yeah. I remember the first time. A lot of learning from here. So this cocktail is called Rockey's Royal Pan. So I'm trying to, make it like a little lower proof to start with, as we had as a welcome drink. So Rockey's a beautiful liqueur.
He'll talk about Rockies. You just
No.
make the liquor.
Yes, I'm just gonna incorporate three key things of Rockies, which is citrus, fruit, and teas, with our bespoke pan syrup, which is basically a pan leaf, a heart-shaped pan leaf. So we just add a pan rose, little bit of coconut, little bit of fennel.
Now,
Everything goes
Eva,
there.
may I ask you, is that a pan? It's not pandan, right?
It's not pandan.
It's
a
not
pan.
pandan.
It's called, the English word is bitter leaf. So this is how it looks. And we in India we use that a lot, from our spiritual things to our cooking to our drinks. It goes everywhere. And I'm just mixing that with the pan nectar what I made with fresh lime and fresh grapefruit. So I'm just adding a little bit of that bitter component with that citrus in there, and just complementing Rockies with a touch of mezcal. So a little of that smoky aroma of mezcal with touch of agave, going to justify the flavors of Rocky.
You could tell the mezcal in that.
It does have mezcal, yes.
It did.
So
Now,
we-
Chef, Hemant, how long you been with Puri for?
I've been with the company since I moved to United States. That was January of 2012, almost 12 years now, so almost 12 plus years. Alright, time to give a quick shake. As I said, equal part of Rocky and mezcal with citrus and pan, and shake.
Oh my God, he's like, look at him! He's like Tom Cruise.
Alright, good shakes, mix
Look at
everything.
Oh, you show off.
This goes in a nice glass here.
I love your moves.
Yeah.
You must be a
Great.
good dancer.
He's a very good dancer.
I can tell.
And I just got another component, which is tonic. Touch of that tonic helps to keep it going. And for me, a heart-shaped pan leaf is indication of love. I think without love, the world is empty. So here I represent to you the Rockey's Royal Pan.
Can we give wait, smile here. Smile, we'll smile more. Thank you, sir. So now, Mr. Timmons,
Thank you, everyone.
please come up for a second.
Hello and welcome everybody. Thank you so much, Sal, for having us. Thank you, Akshay, for letting us join your incredible cooking today. And thank you to my dear friend and one of the greatest bar professionals that I know in New York City and the world. Rocky's is a liqueur made by another very dear friend of mine whose name is in fact Rocky. It is made out of green apples, pineapple, green and black tea, and a blend of citrus. Started in Brooklyn, so it's a New York spirit. We're all about good old New York spirits here in the greatest city in the world. The joy of Rocky's is that it is a low-calorie, low-carb, low-sugar, low-alcohol, hyper-versatile mixer that goes with positively anything. You put this in wine, red, white, rosé, easy, delicious sangrias. You've got all the fruits and botanicals in there. Throw this in some bubbles, best spritz of your life. Hugo spritzes, Aperol spritzes out the door, Rocky spritzes this year.
I thank you for saying that. I'm actually glad about that.
Me too.
Because I'm done with Aperol. I'm done. That was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I'm done.
That is the joy too of Rocky's, is that if you do enjoy Aperol, together. Rocky's mixes with every spirit. Vodka, gin, tequila, mezcal, whiskey, cognac, baijiu, shochu, soju. Literally everything mixes with Rocky's. It's affordable, it's delicious, ultra versatile. It's from New York City. What else do you have?
Thank you, Chris. Now, ladies and gentlemen, not only are we have it in the cocktail, but for the dessert, we're gonna serve Rocky straight with a little cube of ice.
Rocky's on
And
the
we'll
rocks.
just talk about that afterwards. But Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sam.
You're very welcome. Can we give him another round of applause, please? So Akshay, we just
Yeah.
sent out these beautiful little tonight's cocktail night. Mamma mia! We have little shot glasses over there. Can you tell everybody what we have right now?
Yeah, so Jazba's whole concept is focusing on the iconic street hawkers of India. So when you think of iconic street foods, Indian street foods, Golgappa, Pani, Puri, Puchka, there's multiple names for it, but this is kind of the number one most iconic dish. So we have a semolina puff. Inside of it, there's a stuffing of some potatoes, chickpeas, some spices in it, and then we have a drink on the bottom, which is a classic mint and cilantro based drink. It's called jaljeera. So you're gonna just pour the drink into the puff and eat it in one bite.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did it differently. I popped it in my mouth and then I did
You did the
shot.
chaser,
I
okay,
did a
yeah.
chaser.
So yeah, the traditional way will just be kind of, yeah, these guys will just continuously stuff it, and yeah, pretty much that's the way.
Is everybody taking their bite and their shot? Yeah. Are we enjoying our bite and our shot? And can you tell us real quickly the actual elixir that you have with that? How was that made?
Yeah, so the elixir is pretty much fresh mint and cilantro. So you're going to see in a little bit how I make my mint cilantro chutney. This is something of that nature, that flavor profile, but of course more watered down. There's jaggery in it, which is a refined sugar. You have some fresh ginger in it, some fresh green chilies in it. So there's definitely going to be a lot of, there's black salt in it. So there's going to be some acidity, some spice, that fresh herbaceousness. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that goes into it.
Any questions? So, ladies and gentlemen, can we just raise our sparkling wine glasses? Because I want to make a toast to you, Akshay. Because, number one, it's really lovely to have this photo, because I always have to grab one. But number two, Chef, it's really wonderful to see somebody young take over such an institution and now creating Jazba as your own and following in your father's footsteps. So really, cheers to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, Chef.
Cheers.
Any questions on the amuse booth before we start with the first course? Any questions? You good? Okay. Let's go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah. Okay, great. So, by the way, this dish is on our menu at Jazba. So everything I wanted to showcase today are dishes that are on the Jazba menu. So the first course we have is called the Delhi Tikki Chaat. So there's a couple of main components in this dish. Once again, street hawker food. This is kind of under the classification of a chaat. Chaat is pretty much vegetable. Usually it's potato based, or can be different things. That is usually has a crunch factor to it, and then it will have some fresh onions, cilantro, tomatoes, and then an array of chutneys. So tamarind chutney, mint cilantro chutney, and raita, which is a yogurt-based condiment. Those are kind of the main staples in what makes a chaat, and it's a very kind of iconic classification of street food that you'll eat in India. So for this dish, we're gonna start off with some boiled potatoes. So I just,
Chef, are you using Idaho potatoes?
we use russet potatoes, but Idaho potatoes are perfectly, it works as well.
Do you want more of a starchier potato? Or
Yeah, so because we do want a little bit, we want that natural starch, so I don't have to add any more, that much more like cornstarch or filler to it, so that I just kind of get that natural crispiness. The textures of a chaat is very important. You want some softness, you want some crunchiness as well, so it's kind of a mix of, just everything in one bite, texture-wise and flavor-wise. So yeah, I'm just gonna start just using a regular box grater. You just
going old school on this one.
Yeah, we're going old school. If we're doing street foods, we're gonna do it all naturally. I don't have a mortar and pestle, Although I'm sure if I ask for one, I'll get one.
Would you like a motor?
No, I'm okay.
Just save us the labor.
Yeah.
Now,
So, yeah.
are you just cooling down? I mean, is this the potatoes? If you wanted to make this, is it better to cook them like in the morning to make them in the afternoon or evening, or it has to be?
Yeah, no, it does not have to. Actually, that's a great question because so it's pretty much cooled down right now. After I boil it, I just want to essentially, take it out, and then it's easier to peel the skin off after boiling. So I'll just peel the skin off. At that point, pretty much all I need to do is, grate it. You can grate it cold. If you like to grate it warm, that works as well. But you will need it to be cooled down when you are forming the end result, which is going to be a tikki that looks like this.
Now,
So
can
that's
they
gonna-
substitute like a sweet potato for this or a yam?
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, that's not the quote-unquote traditional way to do it, but it is, a total preference. That is the one thing, about cooking, and especially what I've learned at Janoon is the boundaries of cooking is essentially just know, what you want to get as an end result. Know the fundamentals, which I think we're going to go over quite a bit of like Indian cooking fundamentals today. So if you can take what you learn from that, you can incorporate it into, different vegetables, different proteins, and we'll see that with the next two courses actually also, because they are, recipes that can be used in a multitude of different ways. So yeah, once this is, so I've grated this. I'm going to heat a pan up right now and get some oil going in the pan.
Chef, are we using ghee or using just plain?
So ghee, the only thing is with the smoking point, because you do need, you want to use a canola oil, you want to use a vegetable and neutral oil, just because you're going to want to what we're going to do is temper some aromatics right now, but when we're tempering spices as well, it's the same thing of the smoke point that you're going to start burning the fat, the ghee. So if you're going to put ghee, use maybe like 70 to 80% ghee in the pan, and then add in some oil, like 20%, so that you kind of get that smoking point a little bit higher as to not burn what you're toasting. So right now what we're going to do is something called a tadka, which is heating oil in the pan and adding in our aromatics to release the flavors. For this, it's going to be ginger, garlic, and green chilies.
Now talk about ginger for a second. Like, are you looking for young ginger, or are you looking for like more of like the mature ginger is fine. Young ginger you can go with. Nowadays we're in a little bit of a tight economy, so whatever you can kind of get your hands on, that's feasible. Do that. You're gonna really, at the end of the day, you're gonna peel the ginger and you're gonna end up mincing it. So it's gonna look like, you're gonna end up mincing the ginger and the garlic, same way. Finally chopping green chilies. So this is hot. We're gonna add in now our. And Chef, just clarify, when you're talking green chilies, is it a serrano chili that you're looking at? Or
Thai green chilies.
Okay, Thai green.
Thai green chilies. Of course, with the seed, so spice is always preferential on what people prefer. So that's another thing to think about. If you want to skip out on the chilies, that's perfectly fine. And for the sake of time, this dish also has a really main component in it outside of the chutneys. We'll talk about the chutneys also, but we also have chickpeas in this recipe. So for the chickpeas, while we're kind of getting this hot, and we just want to make the ginger and the garlic golden brown. For the chickpeas,
Now, by the way, when you say are we doing a low and slow?
I would do medium heat.
Okay.
Yeah, medium heat. We do want to get it. We do want to get a nice golden brown and even cook on it. I always make the mistake of touching green chilies and then going straight for my eyes. I'm not going to do that today. So I added in just a little bit of green chilies. And if I can quickly talk about the chickpeas. When I boil the chickpeas, I'm using, it's pretty much garbanzo. It's called Kabuli chana. but it's your beige, tan, golden brown chickpeas. We soak those overnight, and after soaking them overnight, the next day we boil it. And as we boil it, very important is we will put in a tea bag, a couple of tea bags in. So the tea bag is going to give off the color, but also it imparts flavor as well. You're going to get that little bit of that earthiness from the tea. You're going to get some of that tannins to come off, and it tenderizes the chickpeas as well. So texture wise, it retains more moisture when you add the tea bag.
And going back, can we use canned, or are you using fresh that you're dried that you're actually soaking?
Both can work, yeah, but we would use not the non-canned one, the non-canned chickpeas.
So, and when you're soaking them, are you soaking them overnight?
Soak it overnight, room temperature water, just to get it going, and then we end up the next day. You're boiling it for however much time you need. Put the tea bag in.
Smell that?
Yeah, I know the front row is getting. You have to pay either extra or less depending on what your preference is. So we're seeing it now get golden brown, I believe. So once you start getting that golden brown, yeah, thank you, appreciate that. So we're getting golden brown. You want to be patient. That's going to be definitely for the last course for the Atari Paneer. We're going to see patience, letting the flavor really kind of come through. Once you kind of have this, I'm pulling it off. And now I'm just going to add it right into the potato mixture.
And this can be done way before.
Absolutely. So you can plan this out. The one good thing about, I think, Indian cuisine definitely is that you get quite, it definitely holds well. It holds well, it travels well. So that is something that's definitely a plus. So I've added that into this bowl. Next thing I'm going to do is add my spices.
Now let's talk about spices for a second.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, we're talking, that is Kalustyan's right on stage.
Absolutely, yeah.
So can you talk about...
They know me very well there, yes.
Does everybody know where Kalustyan's is? Because who does not know Kalustyan's? You do not. Can you tell people who do not know Kalustyan's what Kalustyan's and why it's so famous, and then talk about your spices?
Yeah, Kalustyan's is it's a store on Lexington Avenue on 29th Street. It's been open for decades and decades, and they have pretty much any spice you can think of. They will have it. They will have any kind of chili that you can think of. They'll have ghost chili, Carolina Reaper peppers, South Indian peppers, things that, anything you can really think of. They have lentils, grains, so it's definitely a good place to go and source. Their packets, I do have a yellow chili powder packet in the back, which I'll pass around. That is from Kalustyan's, and you'll be able to see the packaging is very well done. It's gonna be over here. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. In terms of spices, so a lot of these dishes are North Indian, by the way. So in North Indian cooking, you'll get a lot of use of like cumin, coriander, turmeric, as well as like dry red chilies, as well as green chilies in the cooking. South Indian, you'll get more like the mustard seed, kokum, tamarind, dried mangosteens, things of that, coconut. In terms of the flavor profile.
Now,
yes.
Question, Neil.
It's a comment. We cooked at Junoon years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that impressed me more than anything else was the spice room.
Yes.
I probably cooked at hundreds of restaurants. Every major chef in the city of New York and overseas.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen in a restaurant a spice room such as the one in Junoon.
And temperature controlled, ladies and gentlemen.
I wish you had a picture of it.
Yeah, I'm sure we can pull.
One of the most unusual places in the earth. That's spice room.
It was amazing.
Yeah. So we pretty much, we have we've moved 2 doors down. I would love for you to come back and check us out in 2021. So unfortunately, we don't have a spice room anymore.
You had a
But
spice
yeah, but that was gorgeous. Loved it.
We know about the spice room.
Got my
But go
education
ahead.
from that. Yeah. So now I am adding in my spices. These are all roasted powders. So
And I wanted to
yeah.
go back for a second.
Yeah.
When you were talking about northern Indian cuisine,
Yeah.
it seemed like you talk about very warm spices, where when you're going to southern,
Yeah.
it's more of tropical. Is that like with the coconut and then the mango and all that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So but you do get like in the south a lot of peppercorns, black peppercorns, cherry peppercorns come from South India. It's the largest producer of that, largest producer of coconuts. So you'll definitely get, and it's coastal in the south versus north is all landlocked. So the vegetables though, this is kind of the format of tempering and making the dishes in the north of the use of onions, ginger, garlic, things of that nature. So this is kind of the mixture as is. I went a little heavy on the turmeric and chili powder for my liking, but without using the chili powder and turmeric, you kind of get a patty looking like this.
Now, can you make those and freeze those?
You can, yeah. You can do that. The thing is the moisture, you have to be a little, because you're either going to shallow fry them or deep fry them.
Okay.
So that also, moisture you have to keep an eye on.
Okay.
So,
Questions, anybody? Questions? Question.
For the chickpeas, when you're using the tea, do you use a specific kind of tea or any old black tea?
that's a great question.
Great question.
My mother can answer that. What tea bag did we
Mom.
use? We have Taj Mahal over here that we're using at the restaurant currently. At home, yeah, it's a black tea pretty much. I would say we grew up with what, Lipton, right? We used to use Lipton, so Lipton. So Assam or Darjeeling. So pretty much next. So